Hello, chat. Welcome to the stream. It's Wednesday. Hope you're all doing well. To let you know, I played some more Hytale. And, not too much, but I wanted to test the multiplayer in case I decided to play it with, other people. And, it's a little laggy for people. It seemed to work fine for base, but for McDonough's Joey, it wasn't working very well. But we moved my base to the boner base, and unfortunately, enemies respawn periodically. So even though we're fixing up the base and everything, it's just enemies just keep showing up. So I'm hoping that's something they fix. I'm going to continue making the base my own until that gets patched. So hopefully that happens. But if not, then I just have to keep killing boners. Anyway, yeah, it's a good game. And, yeah. Vinny, did you know that Verizon was down for nearly 8 hours today? All cell service was down across the nation. Yeah, do we get a refund for that? Do we get a couple bucks knocked off our bill for that? Probably not, right? No? Oh, great. Anyway, I wanted to show you something amazing before we began, because I always am a curator of strange and interesting things. And this happened across my feed today, which is something from a Star Wars book in probably the 90s. It says, in Star Wars Legends, Han Solo fought an Otter Queen. I don't know what book this is, but it really, I mean, I went down a rabbit hole of before the prequels, and before, especially before Disney, people were just doing weird shit with the characters, with the universe. Just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what stuck. And I think this is amazing. I read a couple of these books when I was younger. The Han Solo trilogy I read about his origins. I read Shadows of the Empire. I read a couple other ones. I can't remember. Some of the stuff from Steve Zahn. It was good. But I love this, man. It was so weird. And like I've talked about this other dude on stream, but this bunny was also canon for a while. Well, not canon, but he was in the books and he was in the comics. Jackson T. Tumparaki. Real bunny from early Star Wars. Star Wars bunny first appearance. When I was young, I had that Star Wars book that I would read. And it was the script of A New Hope before Empire even came out, right? And it had comics. In the back of the book, it showed you all the Star Wars comics that had come out up until that point. We're talking, like, the only Star Wars media that was out was A New Hope movie and the fucking holiday special. And I remember seeing this. That comic was in this book, and I was like 10. Right, but they showed not the full comic, just the cover. And boy was I confused. I was so confused. I don't know who that old lady is. I think that's B. Arthur from the Star Wars Holiday Special. There's an old man with a red lightsaber behind Han Solo. By the way, that's Chad Solo. Dude is drawn like a fucking Marvel character. He has got thick, fucking muscly, rippling thighs. Chewie is a fucking monster, a Yeti, a fucking Sasquatch. There's some other strange creatures, but yeah, I saw the bunny, and then there was like one cover. Early comic covers. and it was just the bunny head up close, and I thought, like, what am I looking at here? Here's another one that was in the that book. I thought it was a joke, and for years, because there was no internet while I was growing up, I didn't have internet while I was really interested in Star Wars. I was obsessive for like 3 years, and I just had to accept that there was a bunny. And so I did. Ka-chop. So, yeah, I mean, it's just something that's kind of interesting, and this led me down that rabbit hole, and watching Han Solo punch a giant otter, it's a thing of beauty. It's a thing that we maybe lost. But at Galaxy's Edge, they're now, for years, they were like sticking to this particular storyline. They wanted to build their own storyline. And now, finally, they're introducing original trilogy characters. What a shock. Of course that's what people want, man. It's like, for years, why would you not have the original characters? This is the stuff that people really care about. I don't know. I think they should go a little bit further, and they should have Jackson T. Bunny, and this giant otter queen, and Glup Shitto, and Therm Scissor Punch, and every other weird, wacky character from the Cantina, because they're now doing the Star Wars Hasbro Black Series is doing like some of the Cantina creatures, and they look pretty good. I'm getting Watto. Where is it? They already released the Jizz Whalers, but I can't find it now. All right, well, listen, I wouldn't even hesitate to go if Watto was there. If they had like a live Watto experience, I'm just saying, I would. Galaxy's Edge was an in-universe environment, so mixing time periods would screw that up, but they could have just had it 1 week is OT, 1 week is PT, 1 week is ST. I agree with you, chat member. I understand the immersive qualities of a park. I get what they're going for. But at the same time, it's science fiction. It's already... You could bend the rules. You could just have it be like a time vortex or something. And I agree, you could have one time period per week and stick to the theme. But I guess after 9 years, they realized this is what people want. So, I don't know. I don't really have a dog in the race because I'm not... I've never been, and I'm not like looking to go necessarily anytime soon. But it's certainly interesting. Vinny, apply to be the Watto voice actor. Imagine that. I couldn't even sing the first verse and chorus of Creep without losing my voice. That is a tough voice to do. You cannot sustain that voice for long periods of time. In fact, I'm recovering. I'm finally feeling better. Mostly, I'm like 90% better from my affliction from the past 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't even want to attempt Watto. Like, I'm actually frightened to do the Watto voice because I'm wondering if that's going to, like, increase the damage. So, however Andy Seacombe did it, crazy. All right, well, anyway, welcome to the stream. Vinny, Red Vox album, end of the month, right? January 30th. Acknowledge official monkey ball boob levels. I'll do better than that, don't worry. Just give me a little time. You'll need to wait until the release date to use the upgrade pack. Fine.